here's the thing. For everybody listening, don't make the same mistake the Bengals just did in any facet of your life.
People are going to get hurt. It's the hockey season.
What about the Jared Cook play on the sideline?
I was very tempted to just put defense.
I'm saying it right now. If Anthony Davis is out for the playoffs, they don't make it out of the first round.
Come on, Austin and I have been saying this ever since Joe Burrow got injured.
I don't really think the Dodgers are going to make the World Series this year. I feel like they'll make it to the NLCS.
The Fernando Tatis extension, because that really surprised me.
Like you said, Ovechkin, he's getting older. He hasn't been playing as well as I imagined. He's one of the greatest goal scorers of all time, but he hasn't started off this season as hot as I would hope.
Hi, I'm Jeff Allen, and you're listening to Outsiders Opinions with Kevin and Austin.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our NFL Opinions of the Week. A much better weekend in the playoff world than last week. I know Saturday was rough for you, Austin, but the man where I think we can both agree Sunday was the best day for football. Austin.
Yeah, I think that's only because of the Ravens blowout. I am sad about the Packers loss, but I'm excited for the future. I really love what we have in Jordan Love, and I think our wide receiver core, young, improving. I believe in Matt LaFleur. I'd love to see changes on the defensive side of the ball, and the special teams, which has always been our downfall against the 49ers. It seems like against the 49ers, we just have we get a punt blocked, and then we miss a kick, and then we get a kick block, or something happens special teams-wise that causes us to lose. Not necessarily offense or defense, but I'm not that mad about it.
Okay. Well, yeah, I just wanted to offer my condolences. Been there. But I want to give flowers to Purdy. He did put up a very good drive at the end to get the game-winning touchdown.
That's true, but I feel like the Packers outplayed the Niners for the majority of that game. And
I was avoiding that game until the fourth quarter.
I'm going to have to see more from this 49ers team for me to be confident. Both of us predicted the Niners making it to the NFC Championship. I had a perfect prediction in the NFC Championship, Niners versus Lions. You had Niners
and I have a
versus
perfect
Rams.
AFC Championship. I got Ravens Chiefs.
Yes. However, our Super Bowls aren't the same, but both of our Super Bowl predictions are live. There's only four possible. It's either Ravens, 49ers, Ravens, Lions, or Chiefs, Lions, or Chiefs, Niners. We'll have to see. Which game do you really want to start on?
Let's say Chiefs and let's save Chiefs and Bills for last. I think we've talked enough about the Packers. Do you want to go into Lions Bucks, or do you want to talk more about Packers?
Well, let's just go into the Ravens because that game was kind of
Ravens
at halftime,
too.
It was 10-10, and then Lamar became Lamar. And this really is what the difference is between him and Josh Allen is I feel like he makes those plays when you absolutely need it. Now, I'm still going to – Lamar needs to win. He needs to win. Both games are on Sunday, correct?
Yes, both games are on Sunday.
Okay. Well, Lamar needs to win on Sunday. This is huge for his legacy. If he loses, he's in the same boat as Josh Allen, in my opinion, because you're so good during the regular season, people sing your praises, but can you do it when it matters? And the only one that's really proven to do that in the AFC, besides Burrow, because he's been hurt some, is Mahomes.
Yeah, that's a great way of putting it. Yeah, it seemed like the Ravens really found their gear in that second half, and to me that Lamar Jackson was great. The offense was great as they kind of geared up in the second half. But to me, they're led by that defense, in my opinion. They're just so physical. The defense did this without Marlon Humphrey. And then the offense most likely will be getting Mark Andrews, or could be getting Mark Andrews back, which is huge.
Yeah, Mark Andrews coming back would be massive. He would, when healthy, he usually is the second best tight end in the league. And while that may not be true this year because we've seen a resurgence or a come up of a lot of new tight ends, I think a fully healthy Mark Andrews is still up there. So if he's back and even at 75, 80%, I think that he would be a great boost to this Ravens roster.
Yes, and so that game was great. We can preview the AFC Championship after we talk about the Chiefs game because that's going to be a great game. But now on to the Lions-Bucks. This one was a close game, but the Lions did what they needed to do at the end, and that was close it out, which I can't imagine what it was like for a Lions fan in those moments.
Yeah, but I felt like it was always going to happen. Again, I had the Lions making it all the way to the Super Bowl, and we'll talk about that more here in a bit. But they just have the better team. I love their coach. I do really enjoy watching how their offense kind of manifests itself. They have a good running game, but they still have passing. And while Jared Goff definitely isn't the best quarterback in the league, he does make some great throws when it matters.
Yes. Oh, man. I think there was a throw, or maybe that was a Purdy throw I'm thinking of. But yeah, no, he's played well. I don't think he has a turnover yet, Goff, in the playoffs.
I don't think he does. I would need that to be fact checked though.
Yeah, I'm checking. Because I know he hadn't thrown one in the first game. And now, so we're at, no interceptions against the Rams. He had 1 touchdown against the Rams, 2 touchdowns in the Tampa game, 0 interceptions each.
He had a fumble in the Rams game though, but did he lose it?
It lists a fumble.
He didn't lose it though.
Oh, he didn't lose it. Okay.
He fumbled.
So yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, and I was talking to somebody that we both know yesterday, and we were having a discussion. I came up with a point that I think is very good. That Jared Goff is the older version of Purdy. That they kind of had this very good team around them with a great head coach and all these great position players around them. But we always question, can they do it? And maybe Jared Goff is just a mature version of that, the better version of that over time. And maybe Purdy becomes that. Where I do think Purdy is talented, but I wouldn't put him in the elite. And same thing with Jared Goff. I've always thought Jared Goff was good, but just not great. And I don't think that's changed now, but he is more mature. He's not making as many mistakes, and he's really helping this Lions team become the best version of themselves.
Yeah, I really like that, the more mature version of Purdy, because, you listed a lot of similarities. The only difference is probably the draft perception of them. With Jared Goff,
That's true, but them getting to this point, I feel like is very, as QBs and in the situation they've been, their careers have been similar. If we just look with what they've done.
Yes, that's a great way of putting it. Once Goff got with McVay. But yeah, this is the second NFC championship for Goff. And in that NFC championship game, he went to the Super Bowl.
There was a questionable call that we both know that led to that.
Oh, yes. That's the NFC championship game. Wow, that feels like forever ago. But yeah, no, I really like that. And the Lions, man, what else? Going to the Bucks. Kind of going off what you're saying with the Packers, you got to feel great. This was a team we didn't expect much. However, the key difference is you got young wide receivers on a contract. Jordan Love is already on a contract. Baker's a free agent, and so is Mike Evans for the Bucks.
Yeah, that is a big difference. I think another big difference is the experience because Baker, he has played in a couple playoff games, but Goff definitely has a superior playoff experience.
Yes, that's a great point, and this is just a wild season for the Bucks. I think you have to be pretty happy if you're a Bucks fan. You thought they were going to stink, and now this is going to be a big year for Todd Bowles in his third year. After his first year, I was like, man, maybe he shouldn't have been coach. Seems like he was dealing with a lot, but now he took a team to the divisional round with Baker Mayfield, different quarterback than Tom Brady. Now what does he do in his third season?
Yeah, that'll be a big question because consistency is really what makes somebody elite. And that lack of consistency can change your opinion. I think that's a good segue into what I've seen from Josh Allen in these big games. It doesn't seem like there is a lot of continuity between what the offensive coordinator wants and what Josh Allen wants.
Yes, and overall, this game I think was fantastic, wire to wire. Just terrible to see the kick miss, go wide right, and it's not the first time Bills have seen a key kick go wide right. Am I right, Austin?
You're correct. In the first Super Bowl they ever lost against the Giants, it was wide right. I was talking to my dad right after the kick, and he kept on saying that it's very Bills of them because it is. But people try to push blame away from Josh Allen, but they've tried to do that after every single loss the Bills have ever had in the playoffs. Oh, this is the excuse. Now this is the excuse. Now this is the excuse. At what point we value winning for QBs so much, yet for some QBs it doesn't matter when they lose. And I think this really is the difference between being elite and not. I have to see you win. And Josh Allen can never get it done. Why on 2nd and 9 are we throwing a home run ball with 1:55 left, with 2 minutes left, when Stephon Diggs is wide open? They show it on the replay.
Missed that one.
It's
Was that
right,
the
2nd and 9, right after the 2-minute warning, first play? It's a shot to the end zone. But
and is that the one he missed where it was short?
It was short, but Diggs was wide open under.
Okay.
And
Okay.
the next play, he rolls out, throws another ball into the end zone. Like, let's, for 2 seconds, just try to get a first down here. Nope, let's go for the home run ball. It's just bad decision making.
Yeah, when we were talking about, like, man, Josh Allen he did lose a fumble, but they recovered it. The Bills did. He got 1 touchdown, didn't have that quote unquote like Josh Allen thing, but I kept thinking about what you said, which is, I think, a great point, and what you just repeated is when you're expecting to be this level of quarterback, you gotta take the wins. You gotta earn them. Josh Allen has a worse record in the playoffs than Dak Prescott. Dak has 2 playoff wins, I believe 5 losses. Josh Allen only has 1 playoff win. So that's something to keep in mind of. You have the debate, is winning a quarterback stat, but sometimes the greats get associated with wins, especially when it comes down to it. And you and I are thinking about the same play. I didn't have it quite as clear as you did, but that home run ball, if he makes it, that changes it. They get a touchdown. They take the lead. However, it's short. And I really don't get, like, did he slip out of his hand? Because it was about 4 or 5 yards in the dirt before it reached. Who was that? Oh, who was 10? Was it Shakir?
Khalil Shakir.
Yeah. Because if he gets that touchdown, that's a huge play. But you also brought up Diggs.
Diggs was open, and he could have gone for another 20 yards. Who knows? And again, I see so many defenders of Josh Allen. Look, Josh Allen's a very talented QB, but you have to win these games. I said it before, like, you have to win this game.
You have to win this game.
You have to win.
I asked you, what does it look like when he doesn't have turnovers? And you're like, doesn't matter. He's got to have a win. He didn't have turnovers. He didn't get the win.
I wouldn't care then. I don't care now.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. He'll be 28 next year. Okay. Brady, who went to 4 years of college and didn't even start his rookie season, had 3 Super Bowls by the time he was the same age.
Yeah, and Mahomes now has 13 wins, and he's just 28.
In the playoffs, he has, is it 13? Yes, he's 13-3 in the playoffs. And of those 3 losses, 2 of them are to Brady, and 1 is Burrow.
Yeah.
So Mahomes is a half a year older. So we'll just round and say a year older. But he already has 2 more Super Bowls. And the problem is, this is the problem with the Mahomes-Brady argument that I just want to go into really quickly, because people keep on telling me that Mahomes is all ready to go. But it makes no sense to me. But the problem is with the Josh Allen Mahomes, if Josh Allen even starts to win some, which I have no proof to saying he will, But the problem is he's 0-3 against Mahomes in the playoffs. Mahomes has dominated him. So in the conversation for the GOAT, Brady twice in the AFC Championship game in 2018 and in the Super Bowl 55, Brady beat Mahomes. Those are the two most important games that they'll ever play against each other. And losing those big games matters. It's different between Burrow and Mahomes because Burrow won one and Mahomes won one, so it's somewhat even there. But when we're looking about a legacy, right? People already want to say that talent-wise, that Josh Allen is this great talent. Sure, but even if you want to compare him to a great running quarterback like Steve Young, Steve Young still won a Super Bowl. You have to win games to be up there with the GOATs. And I don't think Sean McDermott should be the coach next year. I don't think that. I think a lot of change has to happen. They can't keep treating Josh Allen like he's Mahomes, like he's a Brady, like he needs less.
They need a change at coaching. I agree. How long has McDermott been there? I want to say like 5 or no, it's got to be like 7 years.
7 years, I think. I'm checking right now.
I'm also checking right now.
7.
It's 7. Okay, so he's been the head coach since 2017. It seems like they've kind of reached a stalemate. I think that you just got to let it go. On to Mahomes. I think, I don't like comparing the GOATs, especially when, let's just say Brady's the GOAT. Let's see what happens with Mahomes. However, let's just appreciate the greatness of Mahomes and what they've done, especially the Chiefs too. 6 straight AFC Championship games. This was Mahomes' first road game in the playoffs. However, this offense seems to have come alive, which is shocking because I think I said last week if the Chiefs are going to win this, they can't score more than 20 points. Or was this? I remember mentioning this when you were saying Bills win. You said 27, and I was like, the Chiefs' offense isn't that good. And Chiefs got 27 points. That's 7 more points easier.
I was close on the score prediction. I said 27-23, but it ended up being the wrong team. And,
I said 20. I think I said 2017. So that just goes to show it seems like this offense has come alive. Travis Kelce had a great game. He had 2 touchdowns.
It's come alive, yes, but at the same time, it like Mahomes only threw for 215 yards. Josh Allen threw for 186. It wasn't like both teams were wasting a lot of time. They could score when they needed to, both teams. And it was a slow, grinding game. I know it ended up as a middle scoring game. I'm not going to call it 27-24 high scoring, but middle scoring game. But that was just because it seemed like almost every drive they ended with points. There wasn't too many punts. There was some, but there wasn't too many punts. We can kind of go into the prediction. I don't know how the Chiefs score enough points to stay with the Ravens. I think the Ravens' defense is better. I think their offense is better. And I think Lamar knows how important this game is. I'm going to be just as harsh on Lamar. For all the Josh Allen fans that listen to us, I'm going to be just as hard on Lamar because he is in the same boat. You haven't won anything. I don't care about MVPs. Until you do something in the playoffs, it does not matter. And it's another QB that's 27, just like Josh Allen. They're a half a year. So they're both in the same boat. I know Lamar has the hard way to go with it. I think he'll win his second MVP this year, but this is the biggest game of his career, and it almost has to be a win.
And I think he's going to play up to it. I totally agree with you.
I agree.
I'm so excited for this game. This game's going to be amazing. But you brought up what I was going to bring up too. It's the Ravens' defense, physicality wise. I think we saw it against the Niners in that offense, just the way they hit him in the mouth. And they're going to be on the road. We've seen what the Ravens crowd is like. So the key is the offense has to continue to play well, and I just don't think it can because. Is Marlon Humphrey expected to be back?
I don't know. Is he? I
Uh,
know he's questionable.
but even not, they're still a great team. And man, do we get to see Kyle Hamilton on Travis Kelsey?
Is Kyle Hamilton healthy?
Kyle Hamilton played in the Texans game.
Okay, then he's back. He should be good then, and that would be the matchup.
And I'm looking.
Oh, that was Kyle Hamilton's first game back. He hadn't played since the San Francisco game.
But it's still, you're going to have a physical offense, a physical defense against an offense that requires a lot. And outside of Rashee Rice, but this is also key for Rashee Rice. He's a rookie. How does he handle that test? So it's if the Chiefs want to win, they're going to have to stop Lamar. And we saw how they struggled against with Josh Allen running. Lamar Jackson is incredible running. I think everyone knows that. So I think if you have you got to keep Lamar Jackson in the pocket.
And that's a very tough thing to do.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if you saw this, Kevin, that the Titans are finalizing to hire the Bengals offensive coordinator as their head coach.
What? That's weird.
Brian Callahan will be the next head coach of the Titans.
Brian Callahan. I'm thinking of Bo Callahan, but was Brian Callahan an offensive line coach for the Cowboys?
No. He was with Denver and then Detroit and then Oakland and has been the offensive coordinator for the Bengals since 2019.
That's weird. Why are they doing this? I don't get that. I understand we're talking about that hire really quick. I understand going offensive head coach, but because your offense has struggled, but Brian Callahan, I would have gone Ben Johnson.
Yeah, it does seem a little bit weird. But we can go on to Detroit and San Francisco. I obviously have Detroit in this game. I'm assuming you have San Francisco.
Yeah, I'm going to go San Fran.
The weakest part of the defense for the 49ers is their pass coverage. And the best part of the Lions defense is their run stopping. And the 49ers are more of a rushing team. I think this will really come down to how Brock Purdy plays. If Purdy plays as well as he did against the Packers, I think the Lions win. If Purdy can improve his play and play a full 4 quarters of solid quarterback play, I think the 49ers will get it done. But I trust the Lions, and I'm going to stick with my pick here.
Yeah, no, that's a great pick. And I'm trying to see. So Jordan Love had 2 interceptions, but did the Niners defense get any sacks? Because it didn't seem like they got a lot of. Okay. The Packers did not allow a sack.
Yeah, he didn't get sacked.
So that's a key thing because we've seen Jared Goff has a fantastic line in front of him.
And he's so much better when he's not getting pressured.
Yes. And that's the key thing that I mentioned with like Jordan Love. And I know I didn't watch the full game. I was doing self-care by not watching it. Then if they can't get pressured Jared Goff, it's going to put a lot of pressure on that offense, put a lot of pressure on Purdy. And the key thing is Debo going to be healthy?
Yeah, that is a key thing. And if Debo does not play, that'll be a huge problem because of how well their offense is with him because he's just that good.
Yeah, the key thing to me is you mentioned it. It's Jared Goff is incredible when he does not have pressure. And especially in this, it seems like the passing weapons are heating up. You got Amon-Ra, but you also have Jameson Williams, Reynolds. And then you got the run game, which seems to be heating up. So they got to stop. They got to hit Jared Goff. And if they hit Jared Goff, it's going to be huge for the Niners. So I think they do get it. And I'm curious to see how it plays. But I just think after that performance defensively from the Niners not getting a sack, they come up and hit Jared Goff early too, and that messes with them and messes with him. So hopefully it's a good game. Hopefully both are good games. You got 2 of the best teams. You could argue the Lions were supposed to be the number 2 seed. due to the Brad Allen fiasco. But I'm really excited for this game. I'm really excited for Chiefs Ravens because whoever wins that, I think is going to be a great story. But we've seen the Ravens versus the Niners. I'm not sure how the Chiefs would fare against the Niners.
I think no matter what, the Super Bowl is going to be extremely entertaining. There'll be a lot of storylines no matter what, and I'm excited for these championship games. I think they'll be good.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And that's all we got. I'll toss this over to you to let you close it out.
Yeah, thank you guys for listening. Let us know your predictions, who's going to win this weekend, and please catch us in our next video.